Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It is time for a launch day. Oh my giddy aunt, I've got a launch for you. It's very, very exciting. The launch of something brand new. 2 whole hours focused on these beautiful, brand new pop-out dies. Now, she is on the other side of the studio. She is like a coiled spring, ready to spring into crafty action because I am not here on my own. She is back with me. The 5th instalment in 2 days.
I know.
I mean, they're like buses, our shows.
I know. We're still going. We've got one more to go as well, Joe. We really have. But yes, yes, a double Debbie and Joe day. Well, double Debbie and Joe event. 2 days, yesterday and today. However, I'll rewind that again. I've got a full belly as well now, so. But we have got a great launch day ready for you, ready and raring to go with these fabulous Ornate pop-out dies and, of course, that lovely nesting die, decorative panels inside there as well. Absolutely incredible, and I know you're going to love them, and I'm going to take you through some of the cards that we're going to be making. I've got that the right way around. So on the outside, yeah, it looks okay, looks all right, that Joe.
Looks okay.
But it's the inside pop-out feature that really brings this to life, and it's just one die that creates this outside. The rest are all the decorative elements, and it means that you can then get really kind of creative with it. So we're going to show you how to use it with the 1. I'm going to show you how to do it with the 2. So you've got the 2 here, so a lovely twosome. Then we've got a lovely easel card element to this as well, and Joe's going to show you exactly how all the different concepts that you can get. And can you see? So it's not swinging, it's just the pop-out section to it. But we've got that one lined up for you, and then I'm going to show you as well how you can take this into triple pop-outs. So again, looks absolutely fabulous, and you can fold these all nice and flat as well, so they can go flat into cards or boxes, whatever it is that you're going to pop them into. But again, you can see that lovely pop-out, you know, that kinetic, the movement to them, which makes them pop. And of course, you've got all those lovely decorative nesting elements inside them. One worker die that creates that pop out. The rest is all that you're getting included. And let me just tell you, at the most fabulous price as well. So they're the 4 I've got planned, but I have got many more lined up down here, which if we get to, I'll tease you with later, just in case, because I know what I'm like, get busy talking. But I'm going to take you through how to use these, how easy they are to use them, and all the creative ways that you can use them as well. Brilliant. Can't wait for this one, Joe.
Yeah, it's really great. They were very, very busy in the earlier wake-up call. Lots of you got your hands on them and went for them. Let me take you through then the 4 designs that you are getting in here. First of all, you're going to get the circle. You get the worker die, of course, which does the main element for you, but then all of those decorative nesting dies which fit within there too. They give you so much dimension, which is brilliant. You've got the diamond one as well, which is this one just here, as you can see, again, in the same concept. There's lots of different ways of using them. We'll talk about that more as we go through the show. I think if you just use them in their simplest form, they're going to give you a really awesome finished project. Then you've also got this one here. Now this one here is your majestic damask that you've got just here, and again you can see how awesome that sits. I love how they sit so proud on the card. And then you've also got the Baroque one here too, which is your Baroque oval, and again you can see how that sits proud of the project, which is brilliant. You'll get all 4. That price is brilliant when you think about how many dies you are getting included there. 20 dies, £31.96 if you're here in the UK, £40.95 if you're across the pond. If you are a platinum member, of course, you can see the price there, £25 or $32 and change. Lots of you tuning in already. If you want to get in touch, you can do so in the usual ways. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. I see Sarah Brown is here, Carletta, Mariah, Shadiah, Mary, Pam, Nee, Mary, Pat, all saying hello. Lots of you got these in the earlier show and already very busy on these too. But I think without further ado, we should let Debbie put one together for us, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely, and show you as well how these work. You're getting some inspiration onto the front of your packaging. So on the front of your packaging, you're always going to get some inspiration. But you've also got an internet inspiration. So you just type that in and it takes you to the page on how to put them together as well. Because inside, this can literally be the inside of your card, but it can also be on the front. It can be perfect for lots of occasions, where you can use them, the variety of ways that you can use them, the versatile dies. They're very eye-catching and they're perfect for lots of lots of ideas for your family, friends, and whoever it is that, you know, whatever occasion it is that you want to send it for. I'm going to show you the main part, so I'm going to just concentrate on that outer large die. The rest are all the decorative element, that ornate feature to these, which is why they're called ornate pop-out dies, because this is the pop-out element, this is all the beautiful ornate detail. And these all come in separate, so you've got lots of perfect mats and layers, because that's your next size down. Then you've got your decorative element, this cuts out separately as well. The inside of that, though, remains solid, so you've got a lovely solid feature. Then you've got even down to the two smallest of the ones as well. So you can create some really lovely nested features. You'll have a little play with them as well, so you can see straight away I'm creating something a little bit different. Pop that inside and it'll cut out an inside for you, or the same with this one too. Lots of different ways that you can use them, a whole heap of variety, but the main one I'm going to start with and what I'm going to show you is the worker element. It's the worker die, because this bit is the magic that creates that pop-out feature. And the reason it does that, and we challenged Nicola earlier on Charlotte, so we might have to do the same for you, but we've got a die here that looks like a solid die until you come really close to the top and the bottom. And on the top, I'll just show you, it's got a little space in between with a pair of kissy lips, the little notches. So the notches there are the ones that are going to create at the very top and at the very bottom, where you line that up onto the fold of your card that's going to create the pop-out feature, because it literally starts here, goes all the way around and then stops at the bottom. You've got your little kissy lips there at the bottom, and then start all the way back up to the top, and exactly the same. It stops and it leaves a gap in between both the top and the bottom, which means that gap, that score line stays connected into the cardstock, and that's what creates that pop-out element, and why that one is classed as your worker die, which is what is absolutely fabulous for that reason. So I've got a piece of cardstock. Now I've measured this at 8 inches by 6.5 inches, but I'm going to put some score lines into it, and I'm going to create first of all the main pop-out feature on the centre part of your card. So I need to put some score lines in. So first things first, I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. I'm going to pop that onto the long side, so that full 8 inches, and then we're going to score it in 3 places. We're going to score it at 2 inches, we're going to score at 4 inches, and we're going to score at 6 inches. Now that's on this style of card. We are going to take you through a little bit of a journey with these, as we do always with our launch shows, where we're going to take you on a little bit of a journey and show you how you're going to create them. Now I'll just show you, I mean, I'm going to burnish them afterwards. I'm not going to do it all right now, because there's a reason behind why I'm not doing that, but I'll just show you that's the element that I want to create that pop out. Again, on the centre of a card would look absolutely fabulous. We've got some amazing cards from our design team that I'll show you later on through the show, so you can see all the different ways that you can use them. But for the time being, I'm just going to show you with this one. If you was just cutting through your cardstock, and I don't know if you caught the early morning show this morning, I say early morning, the wake-up call, I showed you how to simply create it on your white cardstock. However, I did also show you another way that you could do it by cutting your panels, and I'm going to speed that process up, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because what I want to do is cut through panels of the card. However, this is when you'll get all your measurements in. Now I've taken, if you think about this cardstock, it's 8 inches. So each one of those segments are 2 inches in width. And because of that, when you're matting and layering, if you think about this being, and remember this is 6.5, so when you're cutting your first mat and layer, you're going to cut this down to 1 3/4 by 6 1/4, that's right. And then the panel on the inside, so the paper, and I've chosen some paper from one of our paper pads, I'm going down another 1/4 of an increment. So this time it's going to be 1 1/2 by 6, and then just pop those on to create those perfect panels for inside. Now the reason I've popped them on there and already got them dry is because I didn't want to use any wet glue while we were live on air, because when you put the pressure through with your worker die, what can happen is it can splodge. It can splodge out at the side. So I've already made sure I've got that bit done. But if you did watch that first show, this morning, I actually stuck the whole panel down, then cut it out, but I want to do it slightly differently with this one. So I'm just going to hold it into place with a tiny little bit of our dotty tape pen, and that's just to hold it into place when I pop this on the panel. So if I just go in, I'm just going to just fold that over a minute, Jo, just so I can see it and centralise it a little bit better. Because I just want to hold it down slightly. I don't want it to be stuck down solidly because I'm going to remove an element of it. But this enables you to create that lovely, perfect swing element, sorry, not swing element, pop-out element, but with the cut-out pieces without having to get fiddly, taking your craft knives, trying to measure it around. I'm going to show you that cheats way of how to do this. So I'm going to pop some more dotty tape onto the top and the bottom, just a tiny little bit, and it's just to anchor it down and hold it into position. And I think I've got that right. Let me just double check that. Let's turn it that way. Yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that. So I'll just hold that down. Of course, you could hold this down with some low-tack tape, actually, and I think I might have to do it because I don't think, oh, Debbie, wrong side. No wonder it's not holding down. You know, press it round right. Now try that again. There we go. Position, and then what you're going to do now, can you see that middle fold if I lift that up? What I want to do is pop those kissy lips, so those little notches, just over onto that score line. So you line it up, literally where the score line is, you literally line that up in the centre, and the same at the bottom. Make sure you've got that on the top and the bottom, and I'm just going to bring that down. There we go. And then I'm going to hold it with some low-tack tape. And that's as simple as how this is to put together, to get this work part right. Let's just put that back on there, make sure I'm on. Always on multi-purpose cardstock. It's sometimes a tad difficult to see with these bright lights in the studio, but I think I've done an okay job there. And then we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. So literally now, pop that on and use this now with the full combination of your platform, because I've got, if you think about the layers that I've got a 300 GSM, I've got textured cardstock and paper over the top, so I need to make sure I've got the full combination of a thin metal die onto there. If I was just cutting it onto the white cardstock, Jo, I would only do, like I did this morning, if you did catch that show. If you didn't, you can go back and watch it on catch up, but you can just put through, if you just put in through your worker die with one sheet of card, you don't need that magnetic shim. You can take that out, you can emit that one out of there, and it will still cut through. And because sometimes less pressure is the better one, especially when you're talking about the longevity of your plates and things like that. It's always about thinking ahead of the pressure with your die. So I'm just going to remove that off for a second. And I'm just going to take my tape, get me to lift my poker tool underneath, like so, and take that off. And
very busy on this already. There'll be lots of people got these in the baskets and already checked out just since the start of this show. I know it was busy earlier, it's even busier now in this launch day. I knew people would love this concept, didn't you?
Yeah, because it's brand new and it's a great price. At the end of the day, it's a really good price, Jo, as well. So I'm going to lift that off. Now, what you'll find is that that space there is literally what stays connected into the card. And if you anchor it over that fold perfectly, it means that you get that perfect, you know, that perfect pop-out element. However, I don't want these on. And there's a reason behind that, because...
That's clever.
But can you see now, it's enabled me to get that perfect cut without me having to worry about it. And then what I can just do is, in fact, without having to take it off, I can just run me glue underneath there, Jo. So I'll do that. I'll pop a little bit of glue. So I'm not even taking it off, I'm just keeping it positioned in there. Let's hold that down, and I'll do the same on the other side.
How fabulous. We've got to say massive congratulations. I saw this morning on Instagram, but Mariah says, Jo, stop the press. Guess what happened in Vegas? Jason proposed and I said yes.
Oh!
I got engaged.
Who said that?
That was the lovely Mariah in New York. Got engaged, yeah, in Vegas of all places.
Oh, wow.
Up the Eiffel Tower, I think it was, yeah.
Oh, God, that's amazing.
Yeah, fabulous.
Oh, congratulations. That's lovely. Absolutely amazing. Isn't that lovely?
So cute.
Romantic as well.
Oh, all the romance.
Oh, yeah, all the romance. So again, I'm just going to lift up where it didn't completely stick down, and I'm going to just run my glue over. There we go. And that now means I've got that perfect pop-out feature. Let's just get rid of all my, it's got a bit of excess tape on there. Let's take my rubber off. There we go. And then I'm going to put my 2 panels, because again I've just done exactly the same, but I've got a couple of panels. Excuse me, let's make sure I've got them the right way around. There we go. That's it. Wait a minute, was that the right way around? Let me just see if I remember. There we go. So I'm going to pop my panels onto there, and then we're going to concentrate on filling up now that lovely pop-out feature. And you can see, if I just push that there, you can see that pop-out panel. Don't worry about that score line. There's no other way around it you could do, apart from anchoring it on with maybe a score line at the top and the bottom and leaving that plain. You could do that if you wanted to. But I'm going to be stabilising that centre part anyway, so it doesn't matter that I've got that there. But if you did want to, if you wanted to get away from that, what I would just do is measure it back up onto your cardstock and pop maybe your folds in here, but just put a little score line at the top and the bottom if you don't want your score line going through the centre. However, like I said, I'm not worried because I am matting and layering this up with those other dies. But first things first, let us get our panels into place, and that can be drying whilst we're doing that. And it's exactly the same size again that I've used on these with the process that I told you at the beginning. So I'm just going to pop those on. And then we're going to concentrate now on those beautiful decorative elements that are in your kit. So in this set, and this one that I'm using is the Baroque Oval.
You know what I say, Debbie?
Oh God, here we go again.
Baroque, don't fix it.
I still laugh, but it's like the worst dad joke in the world.
Oh, it's fabulous though.
I could actually use these for something else as well, Joe. I could actually, if I wanted, turn them over and have it as a lovely centre panel.
Nice.
But again, I don't need those bits, so I'm just going to remove them. So while that's drying, we're then going to come and move on to the other pieces that we've got. So the other dies that we've got in there, remember that's the worker die. Well, we've used that one now, so we can put that to one side. But we've got all these other dies in here as well. So you've got all these nesting dies. Love this one, it's so beautiful.
It's cool, isn't it?
And that versatility. I do want to tell you that these come from our creator card range. If just bring that back in for a second. Although we call them the Ornate pop-out dies, they come from the creator card range, which is why, especially when you go through all those black and white concepts, Joel, again, you'll see all the different variants in how you can use them, which is why it comes under the title of the creator card range. It's the versatility, but I tell you something, it packs a right powerful punch when you see that price on the screen. That's amazing, absolutely amazing. So let's bring in some cardstock. We'll choose some cardstock. So I'm going to have a nice solid using that next layer die. And I've chosen some of our textured cardstock. This is from the Enchanted paper collection as well. So I've got some Enchanted paper.
So that element there then now is just a standard nesting die?
That's standard nesting die.
So
The
you've
same with this.
And 4 great sets of nesting dies in here as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this creates a mat. And this one itself cuts out a separate piece. So even if you just wanted to use that one element, you could do. But you could use this. And you mentioned a really good thing earlier on, Joe, when you said about this one. If you used it, but not in the way with the pop-out, you could actually just snip those 2 out and you've got yourself a lovely set of nesting dies as well in total, as well as that pop-out element. But I'm going to have a solid purple base. That's the word I'm going to use. Pop that onto there. We're going to have a lovely decorative feature. I'm just thinking I might do it with the... yeah, I quite like that one, so I'm going to go in with that one. Scissors, scissors, scissors. Oh, actually, it might be a bit too much. Let's turn it onto that side. Yeah, I think I'll go with the paler side.
Kathy says, hello everyone, hope everyone's having a fabulous day. Connie says, double days of Debbie and Joe is definitely double days of crafty fun. Isn't that lovely? Rose says, yet another day with a dynamic duo. Hello from Delaware. Hi, Ro.
Hello, Ro. From Delaware.
Delaware, I want to say like central north, maybe slightly to the east. Like on the clock, it would be about 1:30, I think. Yeah. Up there. We'll let Johnny find out and let us know, see how we're doing.
Right, I'm going to show you another thing, but because I'm going to just use it as a base, I'm not going to worry too much about this, but I'm going to show you again what you can do with, because at the end of the day, I want you to remember this is a concept of, there's some nesting dies in there, the decorative nesting dies, so you can have a little play around with it as well. Now I'm going to use it just as a solid base, but just to get longevity out of my cardstock, I'm going to put that centrepiece in. And then I've still got this one as well that I can carry on with Joe. So there's a ton of ways that you can use them, really loads and loads of ways that you can use them. But Let's just pop that on and then run that through our die cutting machine. There we go.
Brilliant. Any questions you've got about this launch, you can get them into me, Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. I understand they're a new concept, Debbie, so people might have some questions about how they use them or what they can cut them into. Could we cut through things like coated cards with these, so like glitters, mirrors, all those kind of things?
Yep. Absolutely, coated, acetate, vellums, heavyweight, cardstock, yeah, loads and loads of things that you can cut them out with. The work part of the die as well, you know, if you want to use a slightly thicker cardstock, you can do. I mean, I've used a 300 GSM, but yes, you can, absolutely you can.
Brilliant.
That's what we're here for, Joe. Ask those questions.
Sarah says, I absolutely love good nesting dies, don't? Well, they're an essential, really, aren't they?
Absolutely, they are. Totally. 100%, and then you want to remember these are lovely decorative ones as well. They're not just any standard nesting dies, they're just not a regular shape. There's different shapes in there. Now you can see that you can have a little play around with those. Oh, it looks like a mouth that's open. Oh, doesn't that look like a mouth open with a lips? But because I'm covering over it, I can get away with that, and you can see that nesting die. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. And let's just pop on there the centerpiece as well. So let's just put that in like so. And then I'm just put those pieces back on. Let me move my plate out of the way for a minute, Joe. And so we're going to have a little play with these now. And I'm just going to poke out the rest of these because I can see these little pieces just caught in the centre.
Julie says, afternoon everyone, excited that my new Gemini arrived 30 minutes ago. Sad that I'm working till 10 PM so I can't play with it. Love these pop-out dies.
They're gorgeous,
At least you've got
aren't they?
something to look forward to when you get home, Julie.
Exactly. Oh, do you think she might be too tired after work? Is anybody ever too tired after work for crafting? No. No. And with this dotty tape pen, I'm going to take my time with this one though because it is a nice filigree design. So I'm just going to be careful where I pop my tape. Have I missed that little bit there? There we go. Oh, missed that bit as well. There we go. And then I'm just going to stick that on. Now, of course, you can be lifting these off with foam pads, with your 3D Collal glue. But look how lovely that already looks. Just push that back down. I'm going to lift that off with the foam pad actually. So let me grab my foam pads and pop that into the centre. There we are. And then, of course, you can be taking things like your inks and you could be inking around those edges.
I mean, that's a gorgeous topper on its own, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll bring that back in. And bearing in mind, I didn't even use the smallest one. There's another small one that goes into there. But I'm going to now layer and put that onto the swing element. And you can see now, looks absolutely fabulous. I say keep calling it swing. Stop calling it a swing, Debbie. It's a pop out. It isn't the swings. It's not like the swings because it doesn't swing. It doesn't twist and swing. It is a pop out. Will you keep reminding me, Joe? Because you know what I'm like.
I'll try my best.
Now, I'm just going to put my score lines back in because I didn't do that at the very beginning. And the only reason I didn't do that is because I knew it was going to go through our die cutting machine. So I didn't want to do that bit. But I'm just going to put my score lines back in. I say back in nice and neatly. So
what kind of paper is best to use for these? And what sort of GSM Natty would like to know?
So for me, I would definitely, for your base card, so for the base card of it, I would definitely have something of a heavyweight nature, like anything from, well actually, I probably would say about 280 upwards, because you want a nice strong card that's going to hold. And our multi-purpose cardstock, even though it's not in stock just yet, is the perfect one. But black cardstock, craft card, which I think craft card is it 250 craft card, if I remember, or is it 300?
I want to say it's 300 for some reason.
Yeah, I think anything from like a 250 upwards, 250, 280 upwards, I would definitely recommend. You could, do you know what, an heavyweight acetate, how fabulous would that look?
But that would look great. Craft card's 280 apparently. 280,
I thought so. I thought it was slightly less than. But black matte cardstock, white, our multi-purpose, heavyweight acetate. Now I've had that idea, I've got myself thinking if these are on Second Chance Sunday and I'm here at Second Chance Sunday, I think I might just do one of those because I think that would look incredible as well. So I'm just going to pop on here now. I'm going to pop a bit of glue. I could use my foam pads again, but I think I'm quite happy with having this one flat onto that base. And I'm just going to line that up and position it. And again, using my wet glue for this one. To make sure I've got that all stuck all the way around. And then let's find, what have I done with my sentiment, Jo? Oh, it's there. I can see it. Got my little sentiment. I did say that I'd probably be using these quite a bit because I love them. These are from our little mini, I think they're called the Essentials. Mini Essentials? Did we get a name from earlier, Johnny?
Mini Expressions, I believe.
Mini Expressions, that's it, the Mini Expressions.
Robbie says, okay, I'm convinced these sets have endless possibilities and I must add them to my stock. She says, stock. Absolutely. Into your crafty arsenal.
I tell you what it is, it's that price. That price is amazing.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is absolutely
For 4
amazing.
sets of creator cards, it's pretty unbelievable.
Absolutely, it's incredible, really incredible. Now again, you could then fold these over and have your decorative panels. In fact, shall we do that, Joel? Shall we put some decorative panels? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Let's live a little. I've got some more made up here. So I'll turn those over and I'll pop some decorative panels onto the outside there.
Sarah Brown says, Debbie, this is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, and do you know what? I'm sending much love across the pond, and I say across the pond, way over into Australia. Sarah messaged me just at dinner time, so I just want to say big hugs to you, my little lovely, to you and your friend. I'm not going to say why because she'll probably upset her, and I don't want to upset her, but just lots of hugs and know that you're in my thoughts. So yes, thank you very much, Sarah. That's very sweet of you. You're very kind. So I'm just going to pop that onto there. And then you've got, I mean, look, already it's looking gorgeous. You can see that pop-out ability there that you've got with these because of that magic little notch at the top and the bottom stays connected in. And then you could wrap that around. And do you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to give it a little belly band around the middle, like so. So
nice.
Cut myself, this strip here is actually, and it measures in at 9 inches by 1.5 inches. Just put a little bit of tape around the edge, but I always do it after. I don't tend to measure this, so I'm going to pop that into the centre, and I'm just going to wrap the belly band around, and I'm just going to do this literally by eye. So fold that over. And I want it to be just a little bit fraction bigger so that it's got that ability to slip up and down like so. Yep. So I'm just going to pop my red liner tape off the back of there. And this is just a little finishing touch, this, Jo. So I'm going to
really
pop
nice
that
addition,
round.
isn't it?
Pop it around, meet it in the middle. And then on the front, I'm going to pop myself a little sentiment from that range. Believe in the magic of your dreams, which is from the Enchanted Forest. Enchanted
they're
Dreams.
great, aren't they, the sentiments in that collection?
Yeah.
I've noticed that lots of our experts seem to be using those a lot, those Enchanted Dream sentiments.
Yeah, they're just lovely, aren't they? Absolutely beautiful. There we go. And then I'm just going to finish that off by adding that to the front part of my belly band. So that I've got a little tag that says, and then when you open it up, your recipient will take that off, and then they'll open it up, and out it will pop.
Beautiful.
And that is how to create, just using one of the worker dies, so one of the middle bits there,
That's
with
fantastic.
a little belly band.
Really, really cool. Very, very busy on these already. I'm going to quickly run you through some of the other ideas of things that you can do with these. There are so many different cool concepts that can be created with them. This one's kind of like a gatefold here, but with a double panel in the front, which is very cool. This one here, just like a left fold, like a fold back essentially, but again, you've got the that pop-out element onto there. Exactly the same, but just done in the other side folds. They are brilliant for larger concepts as well. You'll notice here, some of these concepts are really quite large. So this one using 3 of the same shape there. Now you could easily use 3 different shapes if you want to. There's absolutely nothing to stop you doing that. Then this one here, which is a double one, and again with that sort of fold back style, and you can see there again 2 have been used in that particular one, which is very cool. This one here folded the other way, so you've got a sort of pop-out fold on that one. What else have we got here? This is what you've just seen Debbie create, which I think as a starting point is a really good sort of very, very straightforward card, but something that's going to look like it's really taken you a long time to achieve that. I love this as well, the double Z fold with one of them popped into the top of there. Nothing to stop you using them on something like that, the nesting dies, and having a smaller nested section on the base part as well. So think about maybe adding those into there. This is a great one here, again, a larger concept. If you like big cards, these are definitely going to be a set of dies that are going to help you achieve that. This one here, I think is really cool that's been done. So on a smaller card, using just the one to fill all the space, as you can see there. And just one more to share with you while we're here. So just to give you an idea of some of the things that you're going to be able to create, you've got lots of different ways in how you're putting those together. As Debbie said in the earlier show too, that they're a great die set because they'll fit with any of the collections you already own, any of the paper pads you already own. You're going to be able to get involved with these, and I think that's why that price is amazing, because $31.96 or $40.95 gets you all 4 sets, which really is amazing value for money. You're looking at £8 a set. That's before you take your Club Inspired discount off as well. Platinum members, 25, 57, 32, 76 for something you know you're going to get an awful lot of crafting out of. I want to show you the vintage butterflies papers we have. Just a few comments before we do. Kathy says, these dies are so pretty and so versatile. They're going to be dies I use almost every day. I'll have to order a second set so I can run both dies through my Pro in one pass. A great time saver. And Alison saying, stunning colours and a beautiful card. Let me share with you the vintage butterflies items that we've got available for you on the show. This is an excellent deal on this. What you've got here, of course, are I've got a bit of blue tack on here. Hang on. I mean, other adhesive tacky pastes are available. Get white tack, for instance. I think white tack and blue tack are the same brand, though. So, indeed. Anyway, let me share with you this. And what I love about this is it's on a very neutral background, this butterfly pad, and they're sort of very, very neutral tones of colours, but lots of different colours in here. So you're going to be able to find a page in here that matches your colour theme, which I think is brilliant. And loads of depth and dimension in them as well, from splatters and scripts, scrolls, sort of ghost images of butterflies, and then you've got the really lovely bold florals and statement butterflies in the front of there too. So you're going to get it in the 12x12. You'll also get it as well in resized into the 6x6. You've then also got in here 24 sheets of your vellums, all in the same designs as the papers too, and a really great way to add texture. If you want to tear this, distress this, it's brilliant, makes wonderful floaty inserts for you as well. So that's that one, and then you will also receive 24 sheets of your luxury card. Now this is brilliant because this pearlescent card is perfectly colour matched to work again alongside the other 3 elements that I've just shared with you. $40.99 or $54.99, that's a 15% saving that you've got on that. Would work really well hand in hand with your main launch. Talking of that main launch, the Ornate pop-outs, very, very busy on these at the moment, as we knew it would be. Remember, you're getting the 4 different designs in here. I'll just quickly share with you what those 4 designs are. You've got the Grande Circle. This one here is your Regal Diamond. You've also got the Majestic Damask and the Baroque Oval, all 4 of them coming for that amazing price. Right, let's go. Let's just remind you what's happening for the rest of the day as well here on Crafters TV. Launch party, a little later, 6 p.m. here in the UK, 1 p.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. West Coast. We may be having another look at this launch, but we've got another launch coming up for you as well with those brand new sentiment stamps. So make sure you join us for that. We'll also look back at the Grande Swirls, which you saw in the earlier wake-up call, which launched on Friday. Got a great Explorer kit with our ink pads, a great out of this world deal, and oh yes, the time is now. We're going to be previewing those brand new sunflower collection for you too. So a lot of you will have been the first opportunity you've had to get your hands on that. Any questions you've got, you can get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. But we're going to go back to Debbie for some more inspirazione.
Absolutely. So we did a single, so we'll do a double. I'm going to do a triple, I'm going to do an easel, and maybe some more if we can get some more in as well. Because honestly, I just want to show you that versatility that you're getting with these dies. They really are absolutely fabulous. It's slightly different, this one, and I'm going to do it in a kind of different colour too, because you can be rather clever and just cover it up at the back, because do you know when I showed you how to cut it out using the panels? Perhaps that's a bit too fiddly for you. Perhaps you want a full panel behind the back. Can you see? where I've got a full panel. So perhaps you want to do that, but how would you do that? Well, it's just a clever little bit of over covering it with the full panel. That's exactly what it is. But it makes it look really nice and lovely, doesn't it, Jo, when you've got it? And this time it's coming onto the foreground of those two pieces. Can you see where you've got that lovely W shape or M shape, whichever way you're looking at that? But I'm going to show you how to do that and how you can create that using. Now, we have some cardstock in our crafty stash. Is it the 12x6 super smooth cardstock? I think it is. Yep, I think it's yes, I think it's the smooth. They come in packs, don't they, of the 12x6. They got launched with something. I can't remember.
They got launched with the trifold dies, didn't they? Or trifold
you.
dies, yeah.
Yes, so we can do that using those as well. You can actually use your A3 cardstock, but if you haven't got any A3 cardstock, you can simply use this one. Now, it's not the same heavyweight cardstock as the other one, but I'm just showing you. This one, I think, is a, if I remember rightly, I want to say 280, this one. Yeah, it feels like a 280. And so when somebody was asking about that question about, you know, which kind of cardstock you can use, then absolutely anything from like 250 upwards.
Brilliant.
So I'm using the Majestic Damask. Now, every single one of these die sets works the same way. They're just different decorative elements. You have in each one the worker die. So that's the worker die that has the same element as the other one that I showed you in the first demo. It's just that the kissy lips, top of the bottom, obviously it's a different shape, but it's the same concept where it starts here, goes all the way down to the bottom, then stays connected into the cardstock, and that's where it is on those little notches, and then comes back round the outside cutting edge. That creates the pop-out element. And then you've got on this one all the decorative pieces, and every one again, if I just lift that off for you, you can see, and it's the same. You get the base, you get the decorative, and the decorative cuts out separately so you can cut it into, you know, contrasting cardstocks, and then you get the two shapes, and they've all been designed to work perfectly and fit perfectly like you would get with your normal nesting dies, which I just think is a lovely feature.
Brilliant.
And again, that versatility, hence why it's under our creator card range, because of that reason, because of the many ways that you can use them, like our Jo's just shown you with all those fabulous black and white concepts. You imagine those black and white concepts that Jo's just shown you with all your coloured papers, cardstocks, whatever it is that you want to do, inky backgrounds, whatever it is, you've got that choice. So for me, this is a great set to have in terms of versatility. What can you do? How many things you can do with it? So first things first, I'm going to put my score lines into place. Like I said, if you don't want to score down the centre of it and you want to have a stronger, all you need to do is, and I'll probably show you actually, yeah, let's show you, because we'll do it slightly differently. You can put your score lines in afterwards, but I'm just going to grab my ruler, Jo. There we go, grab my ruler. Because this is 12, and we're going to go in with those, we need with the mountain, the valley, the mountain. We need to put those in. So if you were scoring it, it would be 3 inches, 6 inches and 9 inches. For that reason, I'm going to do exactly that same and just put my pencil marks into there. So I'm going to put a pencil mark in at 3, a pencil mark in at 6, and a pencil mark in at 9. And then the same with the bottom, so I can line it up. So if I just turn that around, I know my cardstock's the same size because it's come from that packet that we used. So a 3, a 6, and a 9. And then you can draw on your pencil, because you can always run that off afterwards. You can always, as well, use your glass mat. We talk about it a lot, I talk about it all the time. Glass mat is an extra tool. It's got on the bottom, I'll just shift that up a minute, sorry Charlotte, but it's got all your inches at the bottom. So you can use that as well. Now I think I've just chucked something on the floor there. What did I chuck on the floor? I think I'm all right. Get away with that one. But yes, so you can line that up onto your mat and you can use that. So I'm just going to pop a couple of just pencil marks. Just, can you see? Just a little bit. I can rub these out, Jo. It's not like it's... and that's if you want to create, you know, that strong centre part without popping a score line down the centre. Even though, like I said, it really doesn't matter because the decorative elements that you're going to mat and layer inside are fabulous. But do you know, if you're not using those nesting dies, think of all the other things you own in your crafty stash. So what about one? I'll show you some more of those amazing design team members' work. But what about putting those animals with attitude in the centre? What about popping in the centre pictures of your loved ones, having that pop-out centre, you know, pop-out element?
Yeah, I thought pictures would be a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've just popped those in so I can show you, because all you're going to do is you're going to line these up. Oops, Debbie, you're not doing a triple one yet, Debbie. What are you like? Just bear with me a minute. Do you know, I completely forgot myself then. I was giving away my triple bit. Don't want to be doing that just yet. We're doing a double. So on that 6-inch one, let me get rid of me. We're going to put a centre part down there at 6 inches. Sorry, Joe, I get carried away with myself. It's because I was looking at my triple one underneath me. There we go. So because we are going to line these up, and we're going to line them up where it goes to those kissy lips onto those pencil marks. And that way, I'm not then having a score line going down the centre. You know, you can see it here now, into the centre. I don't have that going through the centre of this panel. So I'm going to hold it and I'm going to pop those, again, those little kissy lips to the top and the bottom. And I want you to bear in mind, even though I've used a 12x6, this could be a larger cardstock in depth. If you were using an A3, you could perhaps take it to 8 inches, do exactly the same, have a little bit more depth there at the top and the bottom. So it's all about those different ways that you can use them. So I'm going to do exactly the same. Line that up, pop tape at the bottom, pop tape at the top as well, and run that through. Now, I will do this way to show you. I'm going to omit one of the plates, so I'm going to pop the plastic shim and the other cutting plate onto the top and not the magnetic shim. Because this is, and we did cover this morning on the wake-up call, this is not a decorative die, this one. The worker element die isn't a decorative feature. So it's just a straightforward, almost a full solid straight line. You know what I mean? It's a shape. No decorative feature to it. So sometimes you don't need that pressure that you would automatically think with a thin metal die, but you don't automatically need the whole of the pressure. And by that, you can see that that has cut through perfectly. So I'm just going to take off the tape to show you. That's one piece. Let's get underneath that second bit. Like so. And take that off. And you can see, again, it's on that line, there's a bit of a gap and a gap. This is the bit that stays connected. And it's the same at the bottom as well. So now what I've got is the cutout element, but the only thing I need to do now is put my score lines into the top and the bottom. Not going to do that just yet, Joe, because I want to cut out the other element. So I'm going to the other side, so spin that round. Actually, keep it that way, Debbie, because I know what you'll end up doing. You'll end up putting it up back to front, upside down, and then you'll have a right little problem on your hands. So I'm going to just repeat that again on the other side. Now, if you were using a deeper size card, this is when you could have like staggered. So you could have it staggered down. So if you were going to go like a double one, but you wanted a more staggered, if you had a deeper card, you could actually stagger them, and that would look quite effective as well. So that's another way to think about using them. And now I've said it out loud in my head, I wish when I was prepping, I'd done that. Maybe that's another one to think about for second chance Sunday.
Absolutely, just so many different options, isn't there, when it comes to using these. A lot of love for them, a lot of love for that last card coming in as well. Rose says, fabulous card. The nesting dies are perfect for using on the belly band too. Alison saying, fantastic finishing idea using the belly band. Arena saying, what a wonderful card. Mariah's very excited to see the sunflowers later. I know lots of you are. Mary Ryan says, I love this die, such a unique shape and beautiful detailing.
Yes.
That's a great thing with this. If you just want to use a basic shape, you can. If you want all the extra details, you've got it all in there. But they're not going to break the bank. I think that's the best thing about these. And as you said earlier, Debbie, you can use these with any collection you already have. They're going to fit in with pretty much everything you already own. Absolutely.
Think about all what you own. Oh, I can't wait to show that sunflower collection later. Oh, my days, it's absolutely divine. When does it launch here, Producer Johnny? Is it next Tuesday? Is it Miss Fisher?
Next Tuesday, that must be me and Debbie Fisher?
Yes, I thought so, yeah.
Debbie Fisher.
She's lucky enough to get to launch it down. I think Yeah, I
got
think,
2
yeah.
holidays and she still gets
I know, I was
flowers.
thinking that. I saw some posts the other day and I thought, hang on a minute, Debbie's just come back from Cape Verde. What's she doing in Cornwall?
She was in Cornwall, yeah, for the Jubilee weekend. She knows how to live that one, doesn't she?
Yeah, and plus she'll be having a
She's
birthday
having
off.
more holidays than Ben Mosby, that one. Oh no, Johnny says he doesn't know.
No, I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure about that one. Mr. Mr. Mosby, actually I think holds the best one. Is she off on holiday on her birthday as well? Yeah, because it's 21st is her birthday, because my daughter's is next week and theirs is the week after, because Tasha's on the 16th and theirs is on the 21st, summer solstice day, which is the shortest, wait a minute. Longest. My grandson Ezra was born on the shortest. He was born on the winter solstice. Right, going back to this card. Now you can see that it's cut out those two, well, not quite, but cut those panels out. So what we're going to do now is, and I did say that I'd show you how to do this way, so I haven't run a score line all the way through. What I am going to do is put the score line just into that top part, and I'm going to use my scoreboard to help me with that one, and the same with the other side as well. So let's pop that one. I'll rub out the pencil marks in a second, but I just want to use those as a little guide. So let's pop that down and then rub out my pencil mark.
Any questions you've got, you can get them into us. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. I think with them being a new concept, there might be a lot of questions, but I think that whilst they are new, Debbie, they are still quite straightforward, aren't they, when it comes to putting them together. And remember, you can watch this show back anytime you like as well, over on the website or wherever you're watching it right now. There'll no doubt be a craft along scheduled on these as well, so you'll have that to look forward to as well. So you've got to have loads of inspiration to help you create these magnificent projects.
Absolutely. Now I'm taking care with this little bit because I don't want to get that score line, so I'm just giving it a little tiny pinch. You could use your small scoring tool, although I've lost mine, don't know what I've done with it. I've only got my large one, but I can sufficiently get away with, you know, I can get away with that. Look, sufficely, there you go, that looks okay. And that's now created, and if I just lift that up that way and this way, so now you can see, and if I just bend that one in, remembered it's been through Gemini, now you can see you've got that lovely pop out element. So if I just hold that there for a second, you can see now you've got that basis of the shape. So it's very straightforward, very simple, and very easy to achieve some different styles of cards with these. So that's all that bit done. And now I did say you could have done, you know, like I did in the first demo, where I took my panels and I used them and stuck them down and then cut away from them if you want that lovely neat finish of being cut away, but I'm not. I'm going to just put my full panel onto the back, so it almost gives the illusion of how on earth did you get that bit sticking out? How did you do that? I mean, you can cover up the back, obviously, but I've got 4 of those panels that I'm going to do that with. So if I just show you, and I don't know if you've noticed, but well, that paper pad's on, so I thought I might as well use it.
The panels behind really make it pop, don't they?
Absolutely, and it gives it a whole new illusion as well, because you're thinking, oh, I should cut it, and it doesn't look like I have. With that first one, I mean, I've shown you how to do it and how to put it in, so you've got that lovely see-through element. But with this one, I wanted to mix it up a little bit and show you again, you don't have to make it so tricky for yourself. You can simply go straight in. And what I'm going to do is, when I'm taking care with this, I'm going to pop some glue around the outside of there, not all the way through. So I'm not going to put it on the back of that panel. I'm going to put it on the back of there, onto there, so that I can then stick my panel into place, into situ. So let me grab hold of, where's it gone? There it is, there's my little tacky glue. I think I need to fill my tacky glue bottle up, it's nearly at the end. But I'm just going to go around the edge, like so. And just go around that edge as well there. And then sit that one down. Now, do I have the butterflies coming up? Yes. Oh yeah, of course, we'll go in with butterflies. So I'm going to pop that down, lay that flat, and get that into situ there, like so. Taking care not to get my glue anywhere. And I've got a little tiny bit of wiggle time with the tacky glue, so I can get that into place. And that way I've got no glue splodgers coming out at the back, so take care when you're doing that, otherwise you will end up with glue splodgers. But to be fair, you could cut yourself some more panels and strengthen, stabilise your card, especially if you don't want that element cut out. You could actually maybe go back in with some purple card and go over the top if you wanted to neaten it up. It's entirely up to you. I'll see how I feel when I've finished the card. I think I'll see how I feel. I'm just going to put these panels on, and then we're going to think about that decoration. So I think I'm going to go in with, we're going with that.
I guess with these as well, you could put the decorative element on if you wanted to, Debbie. You could also, if you wanted to, just use them as a mat for something else. So I'm thinking like, you know the big statement butterfly die that you've got in that collection?
Oh, wow, yes.
You could just cut the patterned paper again, couldn't you, using the die that you've cut. So you know what I mean, completely cover the pop-out element and then just put something else on there. Yeah,
absolutely. Right, I'm going to just pop that in and then lay that flat, get that positioned, and then lay that flat. Give it a little bit of a wiggle to get it positioned right. There we go. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the other two panels as well. So you can see how easy it is to do this. I think it's just your own creative license, is that the right word to use, on how you're going to use these?
Oh, of course, yeah. I think one of those sets that, you know, the more you use them, the more ways you'll come up with using them, the more ideas you'll have about using them, which is always nice, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing what the other team members, do you know, our other lovely craft experts will be coming up with these. I'm looking forward to seeing how they use them, their take on them. It's given me an idea because I've got my daughter's birthday card to do, and I'm thinking I might do this double one and put a picture of her with the kids on. Because I quite like the idea of using the outside die, so I could take a photo and then die cut that photo, and then it will fit perfectly into there almost, and then she'll be like, how did you do that, Mum?
Perfect.
I just tell her I'm a magician with a bit of card and paper. She thinks I am because she looks at me makes and she'll say, Mum, how on earth did you do that? She's not interested in craft whatsoever.
Yeah.
That neither of them are. My eldest daughter isn't, although she is very, very good with sewing because that's what she does for a living. What she went to university for. She's so clever. I wish I were her clever. She's so, what she does with her clothing, oh my days, is just stunning. It is. So she's creative in that way, but my youngest daughter, nah.
Not interested?
Not interested in the slightest. No, no. Mind you, to bless her. She's a very busy young mum. Always on the go. Well, I told you what Ezra got up to yesterday, didn't I? Little monkey. I showed Jo a picture last night. She couldn't find him. Listen to this, producer Johnny and Charlotte. Listen to this one, everyone. She lost him. She was like, where's he gone?
In the house, yeah.
Oh, in the house. Where is he, Sapphire? She went, he's in the washing machine. She went, what? He'd climbed into the drum of the washing machine. I mean, that boy he's 18 months old. He is a little tyke. He really is. He's a little varmint. It's a good job she weren't doing it. And he found it absolutely hilarious. Thought it was hilarious. Sapphire laughing a little head off. She thought it was funny. No, he's enough to send anyone graze. He is a little monkey. He gets up to all sorts of mischief, he does.
Just fearless, aren't they, at that age?
Absolutely they are. Now you can see how lovely that looks, Jo, and then it looks like you've cut a solid... It's such a clever... It's like a trick of the eye, this one. Because again, you can see that lovely pop-out element there. But what we're going to do now is we're going to decorate these fronts, because we've done the working outs, we've done all the measurements, we've done the die cuts, we've popped on our panels. So what we're going to do now is use some of that gorgeous cardstock. Can you tell I use little bits? There's no such thing as waste. I mean, some people would throw bits like that in the bin. Debbie doesn't, because, oh, no. We're not going to do things like that, are we, Jo? We're not going to do...
Of course not.
I've lost my green bits. Uh-oh, what have I done with my green?
What you
Where
lost?
have you put it? I've lost my piece of paper. Have you got that cardstock over there, Jo? Have you got any green at all in there?
In where?
Do you know the butterfly
in the luxury
one? Have you got the butterfly one, the luxury one?
Yeah, I think I've got some
green. Could I have a
in
piece
here.
of green, if that's okay?
Oh, I've got a bit of waste, actually. Is that enough?
Love? Is that all that's left?
No, I've got... Is that enough?
So I'm wanting to cut that next frame. Let's have a look, Jo. What do you think? This frame.
Over.
Come on over, let's have a look. Might be a bit frugal.
Over.
I mean, I know I'm tight with my paper. I'm not that tight.
No, I don't know. It might go on there.
Oh, actually, Jo, you're genius.
There you are. Waste not, want not.
Well, actually, wait a minute. I I've got to try and
Now
get
she's
to...
thinking, actually, I would like a whole sheet of green for myself, is what she's thinking. I could pop that back in my bag when I leave.
No, I think
You
I
sure?
can...
Do you want another sheet of green?
No, do you know what? I think I might just get away with this.
All right.
Yeah, I think I might just, because I'm going to cut this out twice. So, oh, I think I can do that. What do you think? What do you think, producer Johnny? Do you think I can do it? Let's give it a go. There's no such thing as. I mean, I don't know about anybody else. Is anybody else the same as me? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a bit of cardstock. I'm going to try and do a double cut with this one.
Oh, look at you.
I know. And then I've got my decorative panel as well. So I've got my decorative panels. Let's get that lovely decorative piece up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I think I quite like that. Yeah, we'll go with that one. So we'll go with a decorative piece. Oops, I'm dropping little bits all over. Well, it's not me dropping bits, it's the fan. Still very warm, Joe. So let's pop that on there. Might just hold that down though. I think I might be risking it. I think I might just get away with it. I'll hold it down with a bit more tape. Let's pop that one on. And don't forget you've got all of these. So I've got these features as well. So I could actually, let's have a think. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in because that's going to be my base, but I don't want to waste any paper. So yeah, let's change it up a little bit. Let's give it a little change. I'm going to use that to create me two pieces in the centre, which is going to fit into there. And so that's, so green, purple, green, by my reckoning, purple. So let's give that another go. Let's double cut that one.
Kathy says, wow, I love the look of the illusion. The card actually looks more complicated than it actually is to make. Great job, Debbie.
Yeah, and it does, doesn't it? It's a great illusion. It's a great way of doing it. And just showing you what you can do with these dies. So just going to put that on. Now, because it's decorative, I'm not going to try and cut two pieces. This is just a normal standard die, so I probably would cut that decorative one out twice. I wouldn't try and do that twice. I mean, you could try it, you could see if it works, but I do need my normal platform for this, so I'm going to pop on a plastic shim, pop on my magnetic shim, and then we're going to run that through. There we go. Got my foam pads. Let's pop all these pieces back on here. There we go. I've still got lots of paper left, so I'll pop that to one side. But yeah, it does create an illusion. It's just trying to show you different ways that you can use it. And that's what these launch shows are all about. Don't forget, once you've got these, we promise you, like as always, we're going to do a craft along for you. We will do a lovely craft along. Not sure when just yet, because we're just about to do our oh God, how scary is this?
It'll be in July, it might be August.
Yes. I think we've done the July schedule though. I think
Maybe it's on the July schedule.
It could be on the July schedule, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, we've got our July schedules. I'm not sure what the products are on the July. We've got our June schedules and our July schedule. Yeah, June and July schedules, and then we've got our August ones coming up as well. Our lovely Kelly and Brent look after as they do. There we go. So I've got my two frames. Do you know what? I bet that would have done two. I don't know what we're worrying about. I could have done two with that one, Joe, actually. Looking at that now. So let's pop that.
20th of July, Debbie.
Who's on it, Johnny? Do you know? Michelle. She'll come up with something amazing.
Michelle and Ben.
Yeah, she'll come up with something amazing. I know she will. So yes, that'll be a good one actually, because I'm pretty sure Michelle will come up with something equally as fabulous as herself, because she's very talented like that. What I'm going to do though now is I'm going to stick these over the top, Joe. So I've got a little bit of, can you see?
Love this colourway together.
Yeah, I thought it went really well with the colourway of the paper, the greens and the purples there. So I'm going to line and layer all of these up. So I'm going to do exactly the same. Actually, could I get away with it? Let's have a little look. Because I've cut away my centre part, I was going to lift these, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get away because I'm being a bit frugal with my cardstock. But I'm not worrying too much. We can do if we need to. So let's give that a little bit of glue around the edge. Be careful, Debbie. It's a delicate die. Don't get heavy-handed. So I'm going to pop that one onto there. go. Do the same with that one because I've got another one here. Although I did put my foam pads on here. This will teach me. This will teach me to be prepped. I'm going to stick through onto a glass mat with this one. Let's go in a little bit. But I'm just showing you how frugal you can get with your cardstock if you're clever with your cardstock. So I'm going to pop that now into... Wait a minute, Debbie, wait a minute. Oh, I'll get away with it. I'm pretty sure I'll get away with it. Pop that onto
Are you right,
there.
Debbie?
I'm all right, Joe. It's because I've realised when I've popped my foam pads, because I prep things ahead of time, I wanted one lifted off, and I've used foam pads, but I forgot when I was doing my demo, just to show you how you can get most out of your cardstock, that it's kind of cut away from there. But I think I'm all right with it. Yeah, it's fine. Let's not worry. Let's not worry. We'll just give that a nice tape all over. Oh, I'm coming to the end again. Look, silver strips coming. Oh, every single time I'm in the craft room, always the same. Might have to ask our lovely Johnny and Jake for a new set because we've not got any more now on the last one. So we'll get hold of some more. There we go, and then I'm going to stick now in the centerpieces. So I'm going to pop some foam pads onto the back of these. So let's have a foam pad or two.
Any questions you've got, don't forget you can get them into me, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. It is really busy on these. You guys are loving them. They are a brand new concept, remember, as well, not something you've seen before. So it's really lovely when you get something home that's new. You know, it's a new way of doing something. It gives you a completely different look to anything you already own in your crafty stash, which is great. And maybe it's going to inspire you to get back into some of those collections that you've not used for a little while, you know, because you're going to have a new spin on them, which is always going to give it a sort of a fresh new look.
Exactly, and let's remember these are nesting dies. These decorative panels that are inside are the nesting dies. The outside one is the worker die that creates that lovely pop-out feature. The ornate panels, the ornate nesting dies are the ones that give it the extra oomph, the extra finishing touch, and really are beautiful. So I want you to think about it as a set of nesting dies with that worker die, which means you can use them in a whole heap of ways, and you can actually use the worker die as an outside panel for that just by cleverly snipping off if you wanted to layer these up. This is looking really lovely. I love the shape of this one. It really is majestic, hence the name Majestic Damask, yes. So I'm just now going to finish this off with, now I do have another little sentiment in here. Let's see if I've got this one. Because I've got my little with love. And I've cut myself a couple of little butterflies, and I've done it in the, you know, the beautiful cardstock that comes in that pack. And this one is the cream one, just a different colour, just gives it that little bit of a pop. So I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. Are Johnny and Charlotte still with us? They've gone very quiet in our ears. Are they engrossed in the demonstration there? They've gone so
Charlotte's
quiet.
fallen asleep, I think that's what happened.
You little devil, you give over with that Charlotte. She's not having a little sleep. What is he like, Charlotte? Bless. It's terrible, isn't he?
Putting up with Johnny's,
I don't know how you put up with him, really, Charlotte. I don't know how you put up with him
That's
sometimes.
what put her to sleep.
Is producer Johnny working? Very hard, he says.
It's working very hard.
Oh, I get right, yes, because we've got some fabulous weekend shows coming up, haven't we? We've got some fabulous ones. I'm just going to use me a little pearls. I'm just going to separate those. Again, just a little finishing touch. You don't have to have these. This is just me just adding a few little bits, although I can't get off there. Let's pop that on. Pop a couple just round this side.
You do love a gem, don't you?
I love a gem, yeah. You ask Jan, she'll tell you. On the cards that I used to make in store, you could always tell was a Debbie one because it had, and I used to use a certain set of gems because my friend used to feed me addiction, that sounds wrong. She used to get that, she buys bulk. Her name's Chris. Sometimes she watches the shows, so Chris, if you're watching, love you loads. But she feeds me my little addiction to gems because I love a good gem. Craig will tell you, is always donating me some, God love him. I'm absolutely addicted to Unky ones. So he gives me now and again, he feeds me a my little addiction too.
Always find friends that feed your addiction, Debbie. That's
Exactly, especially when it comes to craft. Now then, are you ready? So again, this is showing you how you can create, can you see that lovely double pop-out panel, but just by cleverly popping your full panels on, it creates a little bit of an illusion. And again, if you fold in these, if you want to fold them to send, you can fold them flat, literally pop that into an envelope, and that would go into a probably about a 7x7 envelope actually. Just give it a little bit more space.
I think it's going to be quite difficult for your recipient to see how you've created that once you've got that panel on there. It's very difficult to see how on earth that front panel is connected, isn't it? I think it's really, really clever.
Yeah, exactly.
But everyone going for the whole collection, Debbie, and I can really see why when it's at such an amazing price. £31.96, £40.95. You've got all four in here. And nice to mix and match them and use a couple of different shapes, Debbie, as well. I guess you don't have to necessarily use both the same there on a two for like you've done. You could use one of each if you wanted to. You've got the Grande Circle, the Regal Diamond, the Majestic Damask, and of course the Baroque Oval in there as well. A brilliant, brilliant price for you. You can of course use your Club Inspired price as well, your discount I should say, £25.57 or £32.76. Now if you're new to us and you are not all too familiar with Club Inspire and all the great benefits, why don't we share some more of those details with you now.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
We do create every single day. I want to share with you a great deal on this, our luxury mix card top. But how we started off with the pads really was in the linen card, wouldn't it? Wasn't it? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? What on earth is wouldn't it? Isn't it? Wasn't it? Shouldn't it? Couldn't it? I don't know. So what we've now done is colour matched for you our beautiful pearlescent with the linen. So you've got the pearlescent and the linen in the same shade, which is super handy to give you a different look and feel. And then again here in the white you've got the pearlescent and the linen. Things like wedding invites, I think this would look absolutely stunning in those two colourways. Not only do you get that, so you get 24 sheets of the neutrals, you're also going to get 24 sheets of the pastels, and again it's in that wonderful pearl and also in that awesome linen finish as well. So you've got both of those in there in a gorgeous array of different colours also, which is amazing. So make sure you snap both of those up. 28.88 or 33.91 gets you 48 sheets total. So that's a really great deal on that. And the 12 by 12 size, if you're not creating 12 by 12 products, 12 by 12 is just handy because, I don't know, it feels like, Debbie, when you have a sheet of A4, often you cut it down and you end up with sort of an irrelevant piece of waste.
Yeah, which I never throw away.
You don't know, Debbie doesn't throw anything, even a hair's breadth she doesn't throw away. But with a 12 by 12, it feels like when you cut it down, you've often got like a substantial piece remaining, so you can do another proper project with it. So I think definitely handy to go for those. Remember as well, this show all about that brand new launch, and just to again share with you what you're getting included in there. Debbie's taken us through how easy and simple these are to use, but also how incredibly effective they are also. So you've got the circle here, you've also got the regal diamond, you then have the majestic damask, and you will get the baroque oval in there also. 31.96, 40.95, a brilliant platinum price for you as well. Mary Rhino says loving the show, new releases are also always awesome. Arena says what a beautiful card. Sarah Brown saying stunning, Debbie. I love it. Mariah says, did Joe say they're showing the daisy set on the next show later today? No, the sunflowers. Sunflowers are up next. Michelle McCarthy says, OMG, Debbie, you always just make me need everything that you demo. And she says, gems and ribbons, an absolute must on everything, aren't they? Jerry says, good morning all from Southern Maryland, watching while ironing, prepping for a few days away. I'm sort of living out of a suitcase at the moment. I'm sort of living out of a suitcase at the moment, up and down everywhere. And everything either needs washing or ironing, Debbie. Oh. You know, when you get to that point where you just think, when you do get to start doing the washing, I mean, it's going to be weeks. It's going to take me to the rest of my time off of it. I'm off for 4 days, and it's going to take me 4 days to do the washing and ironing, I reckon. And I'll be back to it again. Liz R says, Debbie, you should have the friend stamp that says chocolate change to gems.
Oh, friend. What? So the friend bit with the chocolate.
Oh, you should have it,
gems instead of chocolate.
Gems instead of that's a great one.
I totally get that one, yes, absolutely.
Mary Rhino says, well, I love the pattern neutrals as well as the pastels. Cannot remember if I bought this, LOL. Well, have a little look in your orders and see if it's on its way to you.
Well, I was just thinking I haven't got it. Have you got that lovely cream one, Joe? There's a green.
Do you want me just to bring everything over to you?
I was just going to ask you the 12 by 12, that luxury one, because I had used some of me cream stash that I've got at home, but I really fancy a little bit of cream.
This ivory one?
Ivory, yes.
In the linen or in the pearl?
The pearlescent. Yeah, because it's is it a 250 GSM, that one? What does it feel
Indeed,
like?
it's got a good wobble.
Has it got a good wobble? Do you think it's a good construction one?
It's 250.
That'll do. I think I'm going to change this up a little bit because I have got some cream cardstock that I've just got from my crafty stash. But I fancy changing it up a little bit. Let's have a feel.
Shiny.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this will work really nice with my colour palette. So we're going to make an easel. This is what I've got here for you to have a look at. So I don't know if our lovely Charlotte can get in. Sorry, Charlotte, have I in the wrong way? Sorry. There you go. Well, you've got a little bit of an easel feature, but a pop. Can you see how it just creates that lovely pop-out feature? It's almost like a suspended easel, this one. I quite like this one. And again, it's just showing you what you can do with it. So it just looks really cool. I love it. And that's what I love about these. But I'm going to change my cardstock up. Now when I saw you flicking through that, I thought, I need a bit of that.
Need a bit of that in my life.
Need a bit of that, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to cut this down. Now I'm going to measure this at 10 inches. So let's go in at 10 inches. by 5.5 inches. So we're going at 10 by 5.5, and I'm going to save those bits because I can get some more out of that. So let's just put that to one side. Now, with this one, again, what I don't want to do is create a full piece that goes across. I am going to put a score line in the centre. So of my 10, I'm going to put a score line going down the centre of my easel, which is 5 inches, Debbie, not 6, 5. Let's bring that and fold that in. And I'll just put that little line like so. There we go. Now you've got that lovely fold. Now what I don't want to do is put that line going down. So I'm going to use my ruler and my pencil again, because I'm going to create the half part now that will create the fold of the easel. Does that make any sense, Debbie? It does make sense to me when I'm saying it out loud. But I'm just going to pop in just on that centre part at the bottom. Let's grab my pencil. Let's grab my ruler. And again, you could again use your glass mat with that in mind, but I'm just going to go in and pop little pencil mark at 2.5 inches. Now, if you do want to go in, have that score line going down the centre, that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely fine. But I'm going to do it this way again. So, and let's go to take now the Regal Diamond. So I'm going to use all 4 of these beautiful shapes throughout this demonstration, throughout this launch day show. But I'm going to take again that worker element. So you can see every single one, everyone has a worker element. Everyone's got the little, sorry about it, but it's kissy lips. It's got the little notches there, notch top and bottom, with those little kissy lips on there, which means that's the bit that's going to work on your score line. When I say score line, on mine it's going to be the pencil again, so I'm going to pop that across there. And then you've got all these decorative features, and it always works the same way. You've got your perfect mat that will sit into that worker die element. Then you've got the next size down, which is that lovely, and it fully cuts out. You've seen me do it with the others. It's exactly the same on all of these, where this bit cuts out a separate decorative diamond piece there, but this centre part doesn't cut out. But of course you've got the dies that enable you to cut it out, which means you could have this as a lovely see-through. And I think I've got one on here, what I mean by that, Joe. So I'll find that. In fact, just bear with me a second. Just keep that there for a second while I just go and grab one off my pack.
That's my new favourite paper pad, Debbie. It makes great card blanks. Mary Rhino, can't wait to see the sunflowers. And Mariah says, do you iron, Joe? I just use my dryer. I iron everything.
My daughter does the dryer. She does
I
the dryer.
can't do it. My mum says, apparently if you put it in the tumble dryer for the precise amount, for the optimum amount of time, you can take it out, shake it and fold it, and it doesn't need ironing. I have never been able to make it work. Also, have you seen how much the tumble dryer costs to run? Well, at the moment, oh my word, the tumble dryer. If you've got one of those smart meters, Debbie, put your tumble dryer, honestly, you'll be removing the door when you leave home and bringing it with you so they can't use it. It goes up through the roof.
I don't, I used to have a tumble dryer many, many moons ago when I got, how many, goodness knows how many kids living with me. I think I got 4 at that time. I haven't given birth to 4, I've given birth to 3, but I looked after my nephew when he was 9 up to the age of 20 or something, where he moved out. So I had a tumble dryer. It was an essential back then.
Of course.
These days, absolutely not. I won't have one in the house. I don't like them, not having them. And I just dry everything either on my line or on my era, and I just iron everything. These days, though, I iron as I need.
No, I can't do that. I may 2 loads of washing, big pile, all the ironing, everything hung and back in the wardrobe. Because otherwise I'd be late for everything. You know, if I had to iron something before I left, I'd always forever be late.
Do it the night before.
I guess so.
Now, can I show you that little bit going back to this particular design, this lovely diamond-shaped one? I love what Bianca's done with this one, because she's used this die, but rather than having the solid piece, to create a lovely see-through element. Can you see? Peekaboo! She's got that lovely see-through element because she's popped that two together. I absolutely love that. That's the difference that you can create, and you can see it's a lovely shape still. It's got that lovely pop-out element to it, stays connected into that cardstock, but gives an illusion of a see-through element, and I love that one. I bet Michelle's brains, if Michelle, you're watching, I know she's not feeling 100%. She's got a problematic arm, I'm going to say. Problematic arm.
I've got a problematic arm as well. It keeps lifting pints of beer. That's the issue I have of mine. My legs aren't too good either. Problem with them, they keep taking me into Greg's.
So yes, so our lovely Michelle, she's just recuperating at home, but I know her brain will be working overtime, thinking of what she can do to create with these fabulous dies for that craft along that's going to be on the, what date again?
The 20th of July.
20th of July. 20 something of July, yeah.
The 11th.
The 20th, I think.
20th, I believe, yeah.
20th, yes. So she'll be coming up with something fabulous. Right, let's go back to this lovely easel card. So again, I'm not putting my lines going all the way through, but I'm going to use my pencil marks, and I'm just going to pop that little line. Let me just use that again with me, my mat. And again, I can rub this off afterwards, but what I just want to do is just use it as a little line-up mark and put those little kissy lips. Can't help myself. That's what they're called. In my head, they're called that.
Yeah,
Perhaps Leanne's shouting at me now saying, they're not called kissy lips, they're called notches. But she'll let me off. She'll let me off.
She will.
Yeah, she will.
You'll get away with anything, Debbie, you will. Honestly, you can do no wrong.
Bless you. So I'm going to pop that onto there, and then I'm going to do that combination that I did earlier, where I just use the plastic shim and then the other cutting plate and run that through. And like I said, you can always add to your platform. Sometimes if you've used too much pressure, you can't take it away. Once it's gone through, it's gone through. And you can hear that working perfectly well. So it doesn't need that extra pressure. So for the outer part of the die, especially if you're just cutting it without the panels on, if you're putting your panels on in place, then do that. But if you're not, do it without the magnetic shim. And it makes such a difference, believe you me, especially when it comes to the cardstock and the plates themselves. So what did I do with Pokey Tool? There it is. Let's lift that off. And again, all I'm trying to show you through this launch day is just a variety of different styles of cards. Joe showed you a plethora of beautiful black and white concepts cards to show you all the different ways that you can use them, because they are fabulous. And our lovely Marie, I'm hoping it's Marie. I might have got it completely wrong. It could have been Christina, because Christina does them sometimes. She does some of our concepts. So apologies if I've got it wrong, but doesn't matter, does it, Joe?
No,
Someone's done
one
that.
of our fabulous team. They're all
They're
fabulous,
all
aren't
fabulous. They are. They're all fabulous. So again, I'm not going to put the line going all the way through. I'm just going to pop it at the top part and the bottom part. And then I'm going to take that pencil mark off. Like so. Now then, make sure I've got that right. Yep, that's your outer part. Debbie, put that back on there. Get it out of the way, then you know you're not going to duplicate. So I'm going to take that pencil mark off again. And now you can see how it's connected still? So what we're going to do is we're going to pop that in, and again I'm just going to pinch it. I'm not going to pop too much pressure. I'm not going to get my scoring tool, just a little pinch. Of course, you could make life a lot easier for yourself, and you could have this a bit slightly bigger if you wanted to. I just wanted a quite nice little neat card, so I've done it on a smaller, but of course you could make this wider, and then you've got like a little bit more ear either side. So again, I think it's just a personal choice. But when I've popped that in, I've now got that lovely feature, and I'm going to twist that up a little bit. I'm going to push that through. Not sure I've got that the right way. In fact, give you a reinforced score line on its centre part. There we go. And now you've got that lovely pop-out feature that sits in the centre. And that bit I'm going to just twist slightly, because then it gives it that lovely illusion of, like, if I just lift that way, can you see?
Beautiful.
I'll just try it that way. There you go, you can see it. It just gives it a little illusion. And I'm going to pop myself a little topper on there as well, just to stop that from falling over. But guess what we're going to do again, Joe? We're going to decorate.
Hey.
So we're going to decorate using, and I've gone for some pattern cardstock. Now let me, because I have wrote this down, so just bear with me a minute, because I've got this pattern. Where did I get it from? Spring is in the air. I was just trying to remember then. Spring is in the air. It's not really. But it's summer, isn't it? Is it summer?
It's, well...
Wait a minute, is it
summer
summer?
from the 1st of June. It's well and truly summer, Debbie.
No way. We've had no summer weather whatsoever.
Oh, I don't know. It's not been that bad. We did have a really lovely spell, didn't we? It was in May. We had a do you remember how the weather was over Eurovision, Debbie? Oh, it was beautiful,
yeah, it was beautiful,
wasn't
yeah.
it? I mean,
Yes,
we had a
it
couple of decent weeks. At sort of the end of May was a bit, I was going to say something, was a bit rubbish. And the beginning of June has been less than desirable, let's put it that way. I was going to say
Absolutely.
pants, and I thought, don't say pants.
No, don't say that, Joe. I reckon that's what you're going to come up with, but I'm like, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that.
I wasn't going to say pants, Debbie.
Oh, no. Right, so I'm going to bring in all my nesting elements dies now as well. So I'm going to bring all of these in, and let's pop that. We've even got this other little panel on the inside, which again, you could use that onto the inside and create yourself a lovely little cutout feature. Lots of ways that you can do them. Excuse me, but because I want to decorate the inside of that panel, I'm not going to bother with that one. I've got a couple of little strips there that I'm going to put onto the front of my card. But let's run these through our die cutting machine, like so. I hope summer's not over. I hope we've got more good weather coming.
It's over, Debbie. It's the start of June. We've got all of June, all of July, all of August. It's going to be early indications say that it's going to be El Scorchio at the end of this month.
Really?
For Glastonbury weekend, we're looking at 23,
Is that what you're hoping
28.
for?
No, I saw an early prediction yesterday. No rain, glorious sunshine for the
Is that
whole
a
week.
prediction
No,
or a wish?
it's it's a long-range forecast. I'm off to France next week. It's 32 degrees.
In France?
It's going to be,
That's
honestly.
practically tropical over
I'm
there
going to
then.
come back. I'm going to come back. You won't even know. I look like Dale Winton. I look like David Dickinson, the Duke, by the time I get back.
Could you imagine? David Dickinson. Does he still have a tan, old David?
Sorry?
Does old David still have a tan?
Oh, on the tan. He's a deep mahogany. He's got a collaboration with Ron Seal now. He's so tanned.
I hope he's not watching, Joe. I hope
He's
not
definitely watching. He's a platinum member.
Is he really? Oh, I see. Now, I've cut my lovely decorative piece out. I love this one. Look
Summer
at
doesn't
this.
start until the 21st of June, Debbie, just to let you know.
What, on Craig and Debbie's birthday? Have
Yeah.
they put that in there?
That is the start
Oh,
of
that's the
summer.
summer solstice,
That's where it
isn't it?
officially starts summer, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Technically, we're still in spring.
What? What you say?
Technically, we're still in spring.
Still in spring? No way.
I don't think so. I always think that spring is February, March, April. And summer is May, June, July. But then that would mean autumn's August, September, October.
Definitely autumn in my birthday, which is October. It's not winter. It's the beginning of October.
A bit confusing the season. So are they all the same length? Are they all 3 months? Doesn't feel like it, does it?
You've got us all pondering now, Joe.
Yeah, I'm confused.
You've confused me even more. It don't take much to confuse me, let me tell you. Right, let me just pop that back onto there because I've cut my panels now. I'm going to just lift this little pink one. I'm going to bring in, let's have a little look. I think I might use crushed velvet for this one. So a little bit of crushed velvet. Let me grab a finger, what have I done with him? Oh, there, finger dabber. Are you all right over there, Joe?
Yeah, I have indeed. I was just laughing at some of these comments here. I'm not sure I can read some of them out. Natty says, hello to all. Just joined the chat. I'm new to the group. Just thought I would introduce myself. Well, hello, Natty. What's your name? Well, your name's Natty. You've just told us that. And where did you come from? We love a new viewer. Let us know where you're joining us from.
Yes.
I'm not sure why there's a spaceship here. Are you?
A what?
Why is there a spaceship here? Ah.
Oh, do you know, I never even noticed. It looks like one of them flying saucers. I never
Has
even
that spaceship
noticed.
been there the whole time? Today, all day?
Has it been there all the time with the launch?
Sorry?
Has it always been there with the
I
launch?
don't know.
John loves UFOs.
Yeah, John Arlo's into UFOs, apparently.
Wow. I didn't know that about. Mind you, I do know because he loves, because I love Quantum Leap.
What, sorry?
Quantum Leap.
Quantum
Which
Leap.
is an American show. John loves it, don't you, John? Is he in his ear? Yeah.
Yeah, you can
He
hear him
loves
in
Quantum Leap. And he knows everything about Quantum Leap. Some of the facts that he was telling me the other day, I was like, I thought I were a Quantum Leap fan, but John knows absolutely everything about that show. The lovely Sam Beckett, played by Scott Bakula. Just love that
Yeah,
man.
John's saying that's precisely the reason he watches it.
I can hear him giggling there in the background. Actually, what is John doing in there? Hello,
Just being
John.
a
I can
nuisance,
hear-
Debbie, like he always is, really.
Is being what?
Being a nuisance.
I thought you said useless. I thought, Joe, that's a terrible thing to say. Useless. Did you say nuisance? John is never a nuisance. He's never a nuisance, he isn't. So just giving that a little finger ink around the edge there, can you see? So that just lifts it slightly. And I think I might do that. Should I do it? No, I think I might just edge it round with the pink. Let's just edge that around with the pink. I'll use some of that ink that's on the mat.
Remember, this is not. Remember, you've got another show coming up later as well. This is the launch day, and we've got launch party later, haven't we, Debbie? We're having a party in the studio. We are going to be featuring the Grande Swans, which I'm going to give you a heads up on in a minute, actually. We've also got those brand new stamps. It is the official launch of those brand new stamps. That's coming up a little later. Lots of you shop for them in the wake-up call, have been shopping ahead since. And we'll be re-featuring this fantastic launch for you as well. So, and we've got an Explorers deal, an Out of This World deal. It's one of our most popular shows of the week, actually, launch party. So make sure you come and join us for that. 6 p.m. in the UK, 1 o'clock on the East Coast, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. And there's a preview you are not going to want to miss, isn't there, Debbie? Have you seen it? Have you had your hands on it yet?
No.
Have you not seen it?
No, I have seen it. I've had my hands on it. And then I got told off, get it off, it's Debbie Fisher's. I'm like, oh. And they went, if any's missing, we'll know where it is. I'm like, how dare they? How dare they? A few thoughts, some of our paper pads. Oh my God, wait till you see this one. There's a set of flower forming dies in there as well. Brent created something out of this world with his. He created this beautiful sunflower wreath. It's stunning. I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait to show preview things. I'm just gutted I'm not involved in any of the shows. I'm hoping that I get my hands on it. But I'm going to predict something with that sunflower. I'm going to do a little bit of a Mystic Meg. Mystic Meg, isn't it?
Did you say Septic Peg?
No, we're going to say, and I realised, and then Peg came out, because I'm going to say Septic Peg, which is a Brian Connolly joke, which Septic Peg is what I normally call it. But it's Mystic Meg, but Peg came out. Mystic Meg, I reckon that collection, especially that paper pad, wait till you see it, is going to fly. I don't even think any of us are going to get a look in with it. I think it's going to be one of those blink and you miss it collections, because it is absolutely beautiful.
Apparently Adriana says I've got a spaceship on my box because I'm out of this world.
Yay!
Love that, Adriana, thank you.
Right, so I'm just going to pop some more, because I'm lifting all of these elements off there, and then I'm going to pop on. I've got myself some flower dies from our collection, and I'll tell you where I got them from in a minute, because it is literally, I've wrote it all down, because I made some of these before I went on holiday, so I just wanted to make sure that I've remembered what I've used. And it is an old collection, actually, from my flower stash. But we've got lots of beautiful flower collections on the website, and if this is your first time at watching, you can head over there and have a little look. But these are some of my, do you remember the dies I arranged that we used to do? This is some of my dies I arrange.
It looks a bit like a giant custard cream, they're saying in the gallery.
A what?
A giant custard cream.
What, the flower?
No, the actual bit. The
top
part.
this? Oh. Yeah. Just a little bit, yes. Just a little bit. I've lost some of my leaves. What have I done? This is because I've got my fan on. Oh, do you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine, Debbie. Don't worry. I've lost some of my leaves, Joe. Honestly. There they are. I knew they'd be somewhere. Let's have a look.
Looks actually exactly the same as a custard cream.
It's what?
Looks exactly the same as a custard cream, the detailing, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
No. No.
Do they have custard creams in the States? I'm not sure. They're a biscuit.
Well, I'm sure they have custard creams.
Would you guys call them a cookie? I'm not sure.
John's coming, what, in for clarification?
He's got a picture of a custard cream. He's on his way in.
I love custard creams, but I wouldn't have said this is a custard cream. Let's have a little nosy. Oh, my God.
Doesn't.
Oh, my God, it does look like a custard cream. Isn't it funny what people see?
It's exactly the same, yeah.
How uncanny. That's so weird. Gorgeous shape though, isn't it? Custard
delicious
cream
biscuit
or not.
also.
Delicious, yeah. So I've cut myself using that same paper, and I've just popped some foam pads, and I've used Happy Umpteenth Birthday, one from my little stash, that I've got. So I'm just going to pop that onto there because that's going to act as my little stopper for my easel to stop it from falling over. But I'm just going to lift that down because I've got myself a couple of little strips because I'm not going too bad. And all I've done with this one again is I've just given it a little tiny ink around the edges with my crushed velvet, and I'm just going to pop that onto the front. So let's get a little bit of wet glue onto there. There we go. And I'm going to put one on the front.
Jerry says saw the UFO when Ben was on. A UFO?
Oh, in the box.
Is that, I thought it was a spaceship. Is it a UFO? So no, what do you think it is? Spaceship or a UFO? It's a UFO. Surely if it was a UFO, you wouldn't be able to identify it as a UFO, though, because by its very nature, it's unidentifiable.
Would it be Liam or Nicola or Tori that have done that, though, for us in the office? They would have done that, wouldn't they? I can hear them. In me, I can hear them. Right, so I'm just going to now decorate. So I've got my easel part done. So I'm just going to decorate now the front. I'm going to take my time with this one because I don't want to tear anything. So I'm just going to pop that onto there like so. So we're going to go in with a little bit of wet glue.
Evangeline says, oh, Joe, I love Krispy Kreme donuts from the States. Well, okay.
Ooh. I love Krispy Kreme.
Do you know what we've got just opened in Manchester, Debbie?
What's that?
A big Tim Hortons. I've never even been in a Tim Hortons. You can get a box of Tim's Bits apparently, which sounds interesting.
I beg your pardon?
A box of Tim's Bits.
Who's Tim?
Tim is Tim Horton.
Who's Tim Horton?
I think it's a Canadian chain, isn't it, Tim Hortons? He was an athlete, maybe. There was a drive-through one on the outskirts of town. They sell like donuts and coffee, and I think you can have breakfast in the one in. It's huge, the one in Manchester City Centre. It's just opened, yeah. Have a box of Tim's Bits. You get a box of donuts. I'm not sure. Let me know if I need to go and sample Tim's Bits. There's always been a Tim Hortons, maybe on the outskirts. Loved going when I used to live there. Yeah, there is one on the outskirts, a drive-through one. There's also one I saw in Braintree somewhere, but there's not many of them around. So let us know if we need to go and sample it.
Well, I've never heard of Tim or his bits, so I ain't got a clue what you're talking about. So, absolutely no idea whatsoever. So I'm going to trust you. The next time I'm in Manchester, I'll go and try it out. And shall we go together and try his, what is it again that he sells?
Tim's Bits.
Is that what it's called? Tim's Bits?
No, you can have. So he does a box of bits. Tim's Bits. I think they're like little mini donuts, like little yum yums, but they're in a box. They're all different flavoured ones, and they're called Tim's Bits. That's all I know.
You're kidding. I bet it's overpriced.
What makes you say it's going to be overpriced?
Just imagine, because
that's such a mum.
Really expensive.
That's such a mum statement. Oh, it's probably going to be really expensive. Nope, you can't have that. There's a Swiss roll at home in the freezer. You can't stop for an ice cream.
That's me. That was me when the kids are young, absolutely. Do everything at home, it's a lot cheaper. Now, take a look at my little bits, Joe. Come have a little look at my little bits now.
Yes, let's have a look at Debbie's bits.
There you go, look at Debbie's bits. Debbie's bits are much better. Wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Yay, look how beautiful that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. And again, just a different way. And you can see that there, just by literally dangling down, looks absolutely fabulous.
You okay, Debbie? What's wrong?
Let's move on to my triple one. Well,
enough about that. Shall I recap what you get in the bundle? I think it's best, don't you? Remember what you're getting in here. You are getting those 4 brand new designs. Absolutely loads that you can do with these, which are amazing. So you can see here, so you've got that one there as your Grande Circle. You've got the Regal Diamond here, as well as your Majestic Damask and the Baroque Oval as well. It's Tim Bits, not Tim's Bits. They're basically donut holes, apparently. What's a donut hole? I don't know. Tim Bits are donut holes, and they're not Tim's Bits. got a first aider for Debbie anywhere? We need a first aider for Debbie. Do you want Johnny, John, or Jake? Right, should we have a little look at the Grande Swirls? I think we should, don't you? You're going to be seeing these in for a little later in our launch party show. Everyone in the comments loves a donut hole, apparently, according to Caitlin. Are you all right, Debbie? She'll be fine, apparently. Let me take you back through then the Grande Swirl dies that you've got here. So 4 different ones in here, definitely designed with a concept in mind. However, you can of course use them in a lot of different ways, which is excellent. So that one there is your fancy filigree. You've also got the dainty snowdrop there. This is your elegant flourish. And you've got the timeless florals in there as well. $23.97 or $29.85 is your price on there. Shadiah says, Debbie's dangling tidbits, not timbits. Very different. Dangling bits, lol, says Stacey Hubble. Monica's choking on their coffee as well. And Mariah, I think Mariah slipped off his chair. Very, very funny. But genuinely, do we need to go to Tim Hortons? That's what we want to know, isn't it? We need. We've got some Canadian viewers, haven't we? I'm sure there's some in the room who can let us know. I think it's definitely a Canadian thing. Right then, we are. Oh, we're going to have a little look at that launch. Amazing. Because did we find out what donut holes are? So, here we go. Mary Rhino's put, Timbits, the little round donut hole. It's made from the centre they cut out of the donut. They don't dangle unless you make earrings out of them. There you are. Debbie and Joe are making me laugh so hard. I've got tears coming down my face. Gilmore says they are donut holes, the centres of donuts. Brilliant. I guess, what did they do with the holes is what I always thought when I've eaten a donut. Where does the hole go? Let me share with you then this brand new stamp launch, which we're going to be looking at in our later launch pie. Sherry's put, oh no, is Debbie smelling onions again? Let me take you through the different designs that you've got in here then. You've got 6 brand new designs here. This one is laugh a little harder. So it says here, because of you, I laugh a little harder, cry a little less, and smile a lot more as well, which is that one there. This one is called Lucky to Have You. Let's have a look at what this says. It says, a good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. This one here is called Impossible to Forget. Good friends are hard to find, harder to leave, and impossible to forget. This one here says, a friend like you. One who listens, doesn't judge, and somehow makes everything all right. This one here is, I'm here for you. It's not about who you've known the longest, it's about who walked into your life, said, I'm here for you, and proved it. There we are. And this one says there is nothing better than a friend, unless it's a friend with gems. I mean, chocolate is this one just here as well. $13.99 and $23.75. Unbelievable price on these as well. $23.75, $11.19 or $19 if you want to get your hands on those. Right, we are going to squeeze one more pop out in. Have you got a finished one of this? Do we want to do the vote before we start the demo,
yeah,
Debbie?
what have I done with my bits? I don't know what I've done with my bits now.
Your bits,
Oh,
Tim's
what have I
bits.
done with them?
Your
Right,
dangly
just give me a
bits.
second.
What bits are we on about?
Where are they?
They're right by the Gemini.
Excuse me. You'll have to excuse me.
Mariah says, poor Tim, he was just trying to make a proper living, and here you lot are talking about his bits. Mariah says, yes, go to Tim's and get the coffee. Mariah's like, you know donuts have holes in the centre? Imagine that dough was cut out to make it. Those are donut holes. There we are. I've seen a picture of a box of Tim's bits, and I couldn't quite work out what they were then, but we should go and sample them. I wonder what flavours they are.
Oh no, honest to God, Joe. And you know what surprised me the most is everybody knows what Tim's Bits is, and I hadn't a clue. I've never heard of it.
It's a very, very popular North American chain. That's why
So
it's only
that's
just
why.
starting to come over to the UK.
I'm never going to look at Tim's
You give
Bits
it a year,
the same way
you
ever
give
again.
it a year, Tim's Bits will be everywhere over it.
Oh, they will. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait. Next time I go to America, I was going to say then. Next time I go to Manchester, I'm definitely going to try that out.
I'll
I will
take you for a
make it
Tim
a
bit.
date.
All right.
Yes, absolutely.
Me, you, and Tim's Bits will be
That's
there.
the one. So
Anyway,
let's start with.
come to the show.
We were doing so well.
We were.
Tracks, and you've derailed us. Literally,
Sorry.
the last bit. Honest, goodness me. Right, number one. We started with the number one. Literally, one cut-out, pop-out, ornate piece with its little belly band. So that's number one. Then we went on to our number two. So number two was the double one, where we've cut out
Gorgeous.
that double one. So that's number two. Number three, you've just seen us complete as our lovely floating easel with the pop-out feature. So that's number three. And then number four, we're going to go in with that triple one. So that'll be number four, because we'll get that completed for you right now. So 1, 2, 3 or 4, you decide.
Wonderful. Okay, get your votes in, and we will crown a winner. And then we'll pick the card of the day in that later launch party as well. Right, what would you like to try and squeeze in before the end then?
So I'm going to do the
Debbie?
triple one.
Brilliant.
So I've used multi-purpose cardstock, and I've been kind of a little bit frugal with my multi-purpose cardstock to show you how you can create that triple rather than going into the A3 cardstock, which I know not everybody has ready available. We have it on the website. By all means, go and check it out, and you can do that on there and buy the A3, and then you can do it this way. But I'm going to show you how you can do it with, whether it be multi-purpose black, matte cardstock, whatever construction cardstock it is that you want to start with. You can do it with A4 as well. So the pieces that I've chopped down, and I'll give you the measurements so you can see what I've done. So this first piece that I've created is 6 inches by 9 inches. So I've got 6 inches by 9. I've done the fold down the centre, so it folds in at 4.5. So I've got that first fold. And then I've done the pencil line down the centre part, which measures in at 2 centimetres, 2 inches either way, okay? So that creates that first panel for that first one. But you need, and this is where you can connect it to get the threesome. We're going to take our cardstock and we're going to measure a piece of card that measures in at 6 inches again, but this time by 4 3/4, and we're going to put an 1/2 inch gap, just an 1/2 inch. You can make that bigger if you want to, and then measure that in again at the centre part, and that bit will connect to the 2, which gives us the 3 big piece there, and that's how you can create this
Brilliant.
three parts piece. Whew. Right, going back to, and we're going to start with the Grande A circle. I love this one. I absolutely adore this. I love it's almost like a doily shape, and I absolutely love it. But again, as the same with all the others, worker element, that's going to cut out your pop out. This is going to create all your pieces, from your matte part to your decorative part to yet another decorative part. Let me just bring those down there so you can see them. And then to the last one. So you've got all that nesting ability, all that possibility to use those outside of the pop-out element, but of course, bring them all together, and it looks absolutely fabulous. So I'm just going to pop all of those pieces onto there, Joe. Now, when you're doing this, again, you could take your piece. So I'm going to, because I speed this up a little bit just due to time, but I've already cut my pieces. So you know what I said about popping them on with your low tack tape or your little bit of dotty tape pen,
Yes.
so that you get that piece cut out? I've already pre-done those, so it's basically what I've shown you throughout the show, especially during that starter bit. So it's entirely up to you. You can cut out the solid panels if you want to as well. But I'm just going to show you now again, those little kissy lips going on the line, like so. And it's going to go on this one, and it's also going to go on this one. So we're going to do that 3 times. So let's just pop that together. And again, I'm going to use my, oh, Debbie, you had your low tack tape all there. Where's it gone, girl? There
Tim Horton was a hockey player, Debbie.
Tim what, he love?
Tim Horton was a hockey player, apparently.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't follow hockey. Do you, Joe?
No.
I've never followed hockey. It's not something that I've ever thought I'd like to follow either.
No.
I know ice hockey's quite big.
I think it is ice hockey.
You what, love?
Yeah. I think he was an ice hockey player. Tim Horton was an ice hockey player.
It was a hat, right, okay. Ah, well, you see, we've got that in Sheffield, Steelers. My daughter and her partner, they
Steelers
like
generally, or is a team called the Steelers?
Oh, it's called Steelers, sorry,
right.
Sheffield Steelers, sorry, yes, the Sheffield Steelers. And they follow those guys when they're on. I think they're out of season at the moment.
There is there's a basketball team in Manchester, I can't remember what they're called, but there's quite a popular UK basketball league now, and one of the players that plays, I think they're called the Manchester Giants, he has his hair cut at the same hairdresser as I do, and he is, let me get this right, I think he's 7'1", Debbie. And honestly, he doesn't look that big sat down. I sat having my hair cut, and he stood up, and like, honestly, this man was an absolute giant. He had to like literally duck down like this to get out of the barber shop. I've never seen anyone so tall in my life.
Oh, wow.
7 foot.
That's crazy. How crazy is that? Oh, wow. I can't imagine being that tall. I'd love to be that tall. Would I really like to be that tall, though?
No, imagine how awkward life would be. Imagine trying to fly on a budget airline if you were 7 foot.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, that'd be
You'd have your
impossible,
knees up round your ears, wouldn't you?
Watch where you put your...
Imagine trying to tie your shoelaces.
Do you know what I would be thinking, though? I could reach all those top shelves that I can never reach, and I have to look around. I look around the supermarkets and I think, who's tall enough to get up there for me? Who's tall enough? Who's tall enough to reach up for that? I could imagine being that tall. I wouldn't have to worry about that.
No,
what are they giggling about in
Oh,
ears?
you, something about you trying to get to the top shelves or something, I don't know.
Usually my cherry Pepsi Max is always at the top shelf and I
Is
can
it?
never reach it. Yes, I can
And
never
that's
reach
a
it.
disaster, especially trying to get a 24-pack down from the top shelf. That could end in disaster.
Oh, honestly. And I just... They always put all the nice things on the top shelf as well. Always the nice stuff goes on the top. And it's very difficult to get hold of it when you're only 5'1" and a little bit. Honestly. Ridiculous.
5'1", is that what you are?
5'1" and a little bit.
I thought you were taller. I think you're about the same size as me.
What are you What are
I'm
you?
6'2".
Yeah, I'll have that one,
No,
Joe.
I'm 5'8".
I'm not 5'8". I only wish I were 5'8". Don't forget I've got big
You got big shoes on.
I've got big platform.
Well, that's only a couple inches, isn't it?
Only a couple inches.
Oh, I
look.
guess there is a bit of a difference, yes.
Yeah, and when I haven't got these on, I shrink down even more.
Do you?
Yeah, I was blessed like my nanan. My nanan was small.
Our Johnny loves us. Often at seen out in Darlington sporting a Cuban heel for a few extra inches.
Cuban heels.
Yeah. Still get them apparently.
Did you see Johnny on his dad dancing video?
No.
To the sub-frantic monkeys, did you call them? Sub-arctic
Sub-frantic.
monkeys. Sub-frantic, I don't know why I said that. But so it's like a take on the Arctic monkeys. And I saw Johnny bouncing away, but he got Isla on his shoulders, and she were literally going for it.
Did she know any of the songs, Johnny?
She knew the songs. She loved it. You had to see the video. Yeah, and he made the news, didn't you, Johnny? The local news.
Made the news?
Yeah. Yeah. Pictures all over the news. Absolutely. Now, I've got my 3 pieces cut. How are we doing for time, guys? Are we all right for time? I think we're all right for time, aren't we? Oh, God. Oh, well, I'll speed this little process up. I'm just rubbing out my middle pieces, like so, because I don't need those now. But they always help. It's like one of those things. It helps you to visualise. And then what you're going to do is you're going to connect those 2 pieces together. So for that, and don't forget you need to put your score lines in. So I'll speed that little process up. I've got one already pre-stuck together, so it's okay. So use your scoreboard again. Make sure you've got your line down. It always helps having a visual, which is why you'll always see my scoreboard. And why I not destroyed all the ones up here at head office, but why I insisted on having a line down the centre, just because it makes it a little bit easier when you're doing these folds. And I'm just going to go back down that centre part just to give it another re-score. And I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. And down there, and then I'll rub out my marks. So let's pop that down. But you get the gist, and you've got the measurements.
We're getting the gist.
Yeah, you're getting the gist. You get the gist.
It reminds me of something. Do you know what you could put into here, this shape? We
Yep.
did a foiling die. I think it said especially for you on it. Do you remember?
The what one, sorry?
I think it said especially for you. It was the mucho foiling dies, as I call them. You know, normally, so it almost looked like I'm not explaining this very well, am I? the dies that we did, and they were like a massive stamp, Debbie, and they said especially for you. But the sentiment was in the waist. Do you remember?
Yes.
That would go perfectly on the inside of here.
Yeah, absolutely. So all I'm doing, Joe, is I've done my the mountain, the valley and the mountain, and that's why I always prefer to do it with a pencil. I'm sure the other team, you know, the other craft experts will have a different way or maybe the same way, just to make it that a little bit easier. And then to get that three parts put together, we're going to just now pop a little bit of tape onto that little, and like I said, you could have this little, it could be slightly bigger if you wanted. I've just gone for neatness, so I've gone with a very small piece, but I'm just going to marry that up into the centre there. And that is how you're going to create your three-part piece. I'm just going to push that in to give those nice little score lines where you can see you've got that level, and I'll turn it round so you can see it, but that's how you would create that piece. Now don't forget, I did say that when you've cut your panels you can do the panel part, so again you can have a little play. So the one that I've done here, which I just wanted to show you, and I've talked about staggering it, Joe, you can stagger.
Brilliant.
So you can stagger it, and look, I love the idea of being able to stagger it, and that's exactly what you can do. So you can have them all in the top, all the way in the centre, it's entirely up to you. Have them whichever way you want, have a little play with them, and then what we're going to do is, we're going to just do a little bit of decoration. And by using, and I have got my little pieces all pre-cut, so just bear with me, because I want to show you. You're going to use all of those dies to do all of the cuts, and I'm not going to run them through again, because you've seen me do that already, but the next die down creates the centerpieces. Then you've got the decorative element, and I'm going to have that one in the center, so that one's going to be the centerpiece. I'm going to put two mats in there, like so. I've got my little thank you as well, which I've got from one of our collections. So I'm just going to run in there some wet glue again. Let's put the wet glue on. I mean, this might be even something that Michelle's going to think about doing for a craft along. Who knows?
She's voted on the card of the show. Just let people know. So I just wanted to be finishing this. We will be back as well, myself and Debbie. I mean, there's no getting away from it. The bad news is it's mine and Debbie's last show for these 2 days. Or if you don't particularly care for us, the good news is it's mine and Debbie's last show for this stint later tonight. So 6 p.m. here in the UK. That's 1 p.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. West Coast. We'll be back. It's been a Joe and Debbie marathon, isn't it, the last couple of days? Absolutely. We come back with a bang, didn't we, Joe? We did. Been away, well, I've been away for a little bit, so we've come back with a bang. Now, I've just used one of our butterfly dies in there, but there you go. That's how you can create your triple staggered pop-out ornate dies. Triple staggered ornate pop-out
Yeah, triple
card.
staggered. So I hope you've enjoyed this 2 hours. I hope you've enjoyed, and where I've taken you like a little bit through a journey of the 1, the 2, the easel and the 3. And like I said, the rest of the craft experts that are going to be coming up over the next few days, I'm pretty sure they've got something equally as amazing. Get these dies while they're at that fantastic, I mean, look at that price. $25.57 or $32.76 for a whole new concept of dies that you're going to be able to create pop-out bits with it, but also those gorgeous nested decorative elements as well. For me, it's a win-win with the craft. From a crafting head, stick the crafting head on there. It is absolutely a win-win, and something that I want to have in my crafty stash, which I know you will love once you've got them and had a little play around with them yourself, because I'm pretty sure you're going to come up with some pretty awesome makes as well, which I can't wait to see.
You really, really are. I'll quickly remind you what you're getting in 4 different designs here that you can use individually or put together. So you've got Grande Circle, you've also got the Regal Diamond, the Majestic Damask, and also the Baroque Oval as well. 4 different styles in there for you. You've got a 20% saving as well, which is brilliant, seeing as they are a launch. $31.96 or $40.95. You're all going to get a discount though. $25.57, $32.76. That is for 4 creator cards. So what's that? That's £8 per set. That is amazing value for money. When you think about not only all the dies that are in there, but all the different concepts you can then use those into as well. They are amazing. Demo of the show is number 4, Debbie.
Not can't even put it away.
There you go.
Oh,
Perfect.
well, oh, thank you very much. Number 4, there
Number
you go.
4, we'll pop that into the card of the day in a couple of hours' time. We will see you back here, 6 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. over on the West Coast, where we will have a launch party. We'll see you then. Thanks again to Debbie, and I'll see you back here in a couple of hours' time. Take care.